Hey, how's it going? So here I am. It's an update on what's going on right now with me. So, as you know, always seem to talk about taking action. That's the theme of what we're going with over here on this channel. It's just me sharing my journey. So much I want to say, and then the camera's rolling, and anyway. My dad used to have a car. Alright, guys, look, I'm just going to be myself here on this video. I was thinking before making this, my dad's car, we used to get in the car in winter, and he'd have to, pump away at the car, to get the engine going with his knee. His knee would be going like this, doing overtime. This was in the winter, trying to pump to get it going anyway. You'd usually eventually manage to get it going. And I thought about how, when you're not really feeling yourself, you're not on point, you're not doing the things that you set out to do and all of that stuff, it can be harder to get yourself going in the morning. And I've noticed that when I am doing those things that I know excite me, I'm taking action on them, not thinking about them, but just doing it, it's much easier to get going in the morning. I wake up and it's just flow and it's ease, and I'm working on goals and I'm working on creating things, but I'm not too concerned about the result. I'm quite content in the moment, and there's that feeling of flow. And so I do programs. I set myself out. You'll know this already if you've been watching. I do 30-day programs, and I come across, I've forgotten the guy's name. I think it's Mike. I'm going to put a link to his channel here. And he made a video and he said, set crazy goals. And I love that. When I set myself a crazy goal, and not necessarily an unrealistic goal, it's a goal that it is kind of crazy and it's going to be a real challenge to do it. But I know I could do it if I put my mind to it. And that's what gets me excited. Possibilities. Possibilities get me excited. And I get curious about, like, I think to myself, what would happen if I just did it? What would happen if I put 1 hour aside in my day and just did it? What would that be like? And then I go out and I do it, and things change. And when I say things change, not just like in my outer world, opportunities coming my way, but like in my whole sense of being and what's possible for me changes. My whole outlook on life changes. My perspective changes. You see, it's like our perception of the world isn't the world kind of thing. There's more out there, but we don't have the ability to comprehend until we raise our frequency. That's a term that's being bandied about, but fits it quite nicely. Raising your frequency, your moral conduct, raising your moral conduct without moral dogma. There's a lot of moral dogma going around. For example, I put ads on my YouTube channel. I monetize my YouTube channel, and one guy said, "Oh, you've got ads on your site, I'm unsubscribing." And it's like, come on. I mean, I don't want to get into validating why I do that, but it pays for my internet bill and I can put out my content for people. Back to the point though, because when it's like moral dogma, you might do something, you might go back to a vice or something, and then you're like battling. There's the shadow side and there's the side of you that wants to evolve and is full of light and stuff, and they're battling against each other. I've come to a place now of just not, okay, I know there's that side of me that can be lazy and wants to lose the weight and get the girl and get the car, and but I don't beat myself up when I'm kind of, I might kind of think more in terms of, need to make money. Not that that's a bad thing, but I think you know what I'm getting at. So anyway, I'm integrating them together to be, I'm a whole person, I'm a whole person. Perfectionism, setting goals because you feel like you need to be perfect. That's not fun, and that's the challenge. I'm setting out a program, guys. It's Sunday, Monday. I'm setting an 11-week program. It's going to take us to Christmas. So, as always, jump on it with me if you're down. Use today to think about the new course of action, so we can take the resources of what we've learned. What we've learned about ourselves, what works, what doesn't work. We're going to apply that on this new journey. So it's like pressing the reset button. Have you ever wanted to just press the reset button and wipe the slate clean? There's a lot of songs out there about how, yesterday is gone and da-da-da. And it's true though, you can choose to put the past behind you. It does pop up sometimes though in the form of memories, and I've been using EFT as a good way to ease that off a little bit. And I'm going to offer you my services. Click the link below this video. I'm giving a crazy discount right now on my coaching services, a discount that I most probably never will give again. So it's there for you to make use of. So yeah, I'm setting out a program. You see, what happens with these programs is I try to make them perfect, and then I mess up on a day and I think, oh, I've blown it now. Don't do that. Don't do it. Because it just messes you up. You're going to have off days. I have off days. Okay, so the other thing is my old friend complacency can set in, because I do my qigong, I do my yoga, hydrating myself, waking up early, and there's that sense of, yeah, I've done it now. I can relax, I can take my foot off the pedal, and then before you know it, I've not done qigong for a week. So, and that's not good. It's okay to take a pit stop. I call it a pit stop. Sometimes where I've been really hitting it hard, I'm on the internet building websites and stuff, and it's okay to, sometimes you need a rest. Like every now and then I will have a couple of extra hours in bed sometimes, and I don't beat myself up. I just think, I don't aim to do it, but sometimes it happens. The alarm clock goes off, and for whatever reason, I'm not motivated enough. I'm not in that place where it's like, yeah, possibilities. Let's get out of bed. I've got an opportunity to serve and give value to people. That's what gets me jazzed. As well as, creating new things for myself. For myself as well, this going back to the moral dogma thing, what's that term? Altruism, being altruistic. Helping other people is good, but helping self is bad. It's balance. Okay? Filling up your cup so you got something to share. What was I talking about? Yeah, pit stops. Take a pit stop sometimes. Recharge. Take a sabbatical. I didn't know what that word meant, sabbatical. It's where you take time off work, and a friend of mine took a sabbatical, and she went around the world to Los Angeles and chilling with people doing juicing and stuff, and Dan the Man, Life Regenerator. Did her a world of good. I took a sabbatical, well, a kind of sabbatical last year, where I didn't know where I was going in my career with A.E.M. Thomas and You Are the Path. And it was so frustrating, and I said, look, I'm going to chill. I told everyone, look, I'm going through some shit right now, and I'm most probably not going to be available for 3 months or so. It's nothing to do with you. It's just something I'm going through right now. And I had to really get in touch with what's my life about. And I didn't do anything to do with my business. It was just all going outside, watching the trees go. Have you ever done that? You notice that everything's kind of moving and kind of becoming a part of that, like you're moving too. We're all evolving and changing, becoming a part of existence, forgetting about you. It like takes yourself out of your head. And I did that once when the tsunami hit Japan, and it was on the news, and you're just like, what's going on with the world and the trajectory of the world right now? How am I going to survive? What's going to happen? Because, like, you hear things about solar flares from the sun and polar shifts and economic collapse and blooming heck and planet Nibiru coming on the scene, and I'm going to need to stock up on food. There's going to be a whole heap of things kicking off. Now, it's not that I don't think that those things can't happen or won't happen, but I don't believe that anyone knows truly what is going to happen. People make predictions, and do you remember when Comet Elenin had come on the scene, and it was all this hype of we're doomed, and oh God, I actually got worried about that, and I thought, oh my days, it's time to stock up on rice and stuff, and it didn't happen. And it's like with the swine flu. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people that were affected with swine flu, but it gets cooked up into a bit of a frenzy. And I'm not saying don't be prepared. It's a good thing to be prepared, but I don't worry about it anymore. I just live my life the best that I can, and I do the things that excite me because I'm born to be me. And don't let anyone make the law for you. No one should assume that they know what is best for you. We can learn from people, no doubt about it. We can learn from people, but when we're ready to take that step, we'll take it. No one wants to be forced to take that step because you just rebel. And that's what I'm saying with this whole moral dogma thing. People so arrogant, spiritual arrogance, to think that they know what is right for you. They don't know that you've not chosen to have that challenge in your life. So anyway, I took a sabbatical, and it came to me. I knew that I was to help guys with shy bladder because I've had it myself and I know what it's like, and I got clarity then. So maybe you might need to take your foot off the gas a bit and just let yourself drift like the planets. The planets are just, they're on their course, just spinning. Something set that into motion. You see, it's doing these challenges, not trying to force life to work. Life already works. It's already been set into motion. When you apply a certain course of action, there will be a consequence, there will be a result. It already works. Okay, and I say this a lot, our job isn't to figure out how it's going to happen, just take the action now. So it's paradox. I'm creating these goals to do qigong and yoga, and yeah, sometimes it's not enjoyable when I'm doing those goals because of a sense of I want to become more. Because meditation, I heard a guy talking about meditation is like dancing. When you dance, you're just dancing for the sake of dancing, for the joy of dancing, and that's what meditation is like. But maybe I've been approaching it in the wrong way, because meditation, apparently, and I believe in, is not to get to a destination. It's already here. It's here, and it's kind of understandable, really, because of all the suffering and famine that is going on right now. I come across very pessimistic attitudes out there, and there can be a lot of cynicism, and people lose that that joy, you know, that sense of humour. There's a time to be serious, there's a time for humour. No doubt about that. But I will not be bound by what is happening on a planet called Earth, which is one of billions of other planets, and Lord knows how many other civilizations, and we're being shown that there is no such thing as time. It's all happening now, and light and dark are parts of existence. People, this is a difficult message to put across, because the mind jumps up and says, oh, so does that mean we can just go around killing each other? You know, when you say that this is a dream and death is to wake up from the dream, the mind can pop up and say, oh, what do you mean, Mike? Does that mean I can just go around stabbing people? And I'm making a parody of that, which isn't fair, because I've been in that place too, where I walked downstairs from watching the news and it was about Kosovo, Slobodan Milosevic with his ethnic cleansing thing, and I was angry. I was an angry young man. I was angry at God, and I took the Bible and I threw it because I didn't want to know. I thought, you know, where's God? Why is God letting all these things happen? And I've made peace with that side of myself, and I don't want to take things on blind faith. I had to find out for myself. And I found it within myself, making peace with myself. Making peace with myself, and the only thing that makes sense to me is it is a dream, in a sense that you can be having a nightmare and you just go along with it, don't you? You don't question what's going on in the dream unless you become lucid, which is a higher awareness. But pigs can fly in your dream, and you just take it as part of the dream because you're in the dream and it's real for you. Isn't that weird? Isn't that kind of strange how we can dream that we're in a relationship with this other person? We've not seen that person for years, but it's in the dream. And then when you awake, it's like, oh, it was just a dream. And that's what can happen when you take psychedelics. When you take certain psychedelics, salvia, for example, I experimented with this plant, salvia, last year. And I approached it very... you know, it's not something I just dive into. I said a prayer before I took it. I said, you know, allow this experience to enrich my life so that I can enrich the lives of others. I approached it with that demeanour. But when you take that plant, everything else vanishes. You don't even remember that you've taken it. And you have to kind of think, what is going on? And then after a minute or so, you remember, oh yeah, I'm in the park and I just took salvia. And yeah, don't go out and take that plant just because I'm saying it, because no one can guarantee you when you take those psychedelics that you're going to enjoy it, because you don't get what you want, you get what you need, and you may come face to face with your most deepest fears. And personally, I don't think psychedelics are a way to work through those fears. Everyone has their own opinion on that. It's not something I would do every week. In fact, when I took it, I didn't take it again for another 11 or 12 months. And most probably, I don't know, I might not ever take it again. So do your research. Don't just jump into these things because someone else thinks it's cool. Okay? So we're coming up to 20 minutes. I'm going to leave it there. So that's what's going on with me. Don't be beating yourself up. You know, we have shadow side, we have light side. Work on integrating them, being a whole person. No one is perfect. Well, there's a lot of people out there wearing masks and getting caught up in all of that stuff, you know, status and, you know, I've got more money than you and all that kind of thing. So make good. This is the best technology. I heard a guy talking about technology, and he was saying how the technology is pretty crap, really, compared to other civilizations in other quadrants of the infinite universe. You know, they can show you some technology, but having said that, this, what is in here, this grey matter, we've not been given an instruction manual, but we've been left with clues. You know? Clues. Follow the breadcrumbs. If you've gone off the path, you can never truly be off the path, really. That's the beauty of the path, is you're always on the path. If you approach it that way, you'll experience the path in that way. If you approach it with that dialogue that says, this shouldn't be happening, why did it happen? It shouldn't have happened, but it is happening. Why did it happen? It shouldn't have happened, but it is happening. It's like that cycle. And I've been there. I've been there. Why is it like this? Why did this happen? It shouldn't have happened. I approach everything now from a place of, what is it I've yet to learn about this? And when I approach it that way, I'm able to kind of work with it and process those feelings better. And I used to process those feelings by lighting up a joint, which I don't believe was the best way to do it, because it can act like a sedative. You're just numbing yourself. And I had to sit and just let it sit. It was that dark feeling in the stomach, you know, kind of pulling me down into the ground. I had to just sit with it and become the conscious observer. And that's where meditation can come in. Just kind of felt like having a ramble today. It doesn't often happen on my channel. I could probably go on, but I'm going to leave it there. Hope you got something like this. Let me know if you got something from this video. I might do more videos like this. And I like to, I think you're getting to know me now, I like to have a context around the channel. I don't really like to get on here and just jump from topic to topic. So it is about taking action, and I've been really inspired by the information coming from Bashar, and taking action on your highest joy, and letting that be the compass needle. What excites you? Staying in bed doesn't excite me. I try to convince myself, oh, but you know, just go with the flow, and like I said, sometimes take a pit stop. But for me, I like waking up at a good time with the birds singing and making the most of the resources I have to create co-creation. The possibilities are endless with this computer. The connection you have to all that is, you're a valid part of creation. I'm going to leave it there, guys. You know, thanks for all the encouragement, the comments, and I've met some great people through this YouTube journey. It was always from a place of I'm gonna go on a journey. Let's go on this together. Camaraderie. So thanks for all your support. If you've not added me on Facebook, go to my site. There's a Facebook button. Click me on there. I find it easier to keep in touch with people on Facebook. Hope you got something from this. Enjoy your Sunday. Be thinking about what new course of action you could take. You might have a good day on Monday and a bad day on Tuesday. If that does happen, just, you know, just jump back on it. Don't think, oh, I've messed it up now. You know? Take it easy. Catch you later. Peace.